My first glimpse of the planet is as harsh as my expectations had been. It's still afternoon, but the sky is gray and covered by a layer of clouds so thick it's impossible to tell whether the faint light behind them comes from the sun or from the constant lightning streaking across the sky. My hesitation slowly fades as we head deeper into the Curson slums, and instead I find my focus fixed solely on the sights of the city. The streets are packed with people, either heading in various directions or loitering around the dilapidated buildings. A few wary glances are thrown our way, but most don't pay us much attention. The street is oddly clean, and I notice a young member of the Crimson Dusk sweeping the sidewalk off to the side. We walk in a solemn silence, so I take the chance to survey my surroundings, discovering a version of Celiota I had never known nor expected to be real. The further we get from the bunker, the worse the streets around us become. Narrow paths, dirty walls, small homes with even smaller windows. Some are even missing their roof or entire walls, but are still clearly being lived in. Makeshift shelters having been made from scraps of metal or large sheets of waterproof fabrics. Riona stays close to me, her back straight and shoulders stiff, while Damon takes the lead, guiding us through side streets with the ease of someone who knows them all too well. The medic lets out a shiver beside me, and I turn to her. Are you all right?
Me? I appreciate the concern, Nico, but I'm the one who should be asking you that.
Yeah, your eyes have been as wide as saucers from the moment we stepped outside.
Besides, I told you I've been here before.
My gaze lingers on the rifle strapped to her back. Although June had mentioned he'd be providing her with a non-lethal weapon earlier, it still looks intimidating. With the Archangels?
Yes, precisely.
That makes sense. She did mention that the Archangels were formed to help the people of Celiota who needed it most. Has it been long?
Only a few years, less than a decade. I haven't been to this district, though.
Ah, that's right. Your work was in District 8. It was quite the story around these parts. Rumors of the Blue Lady who blasts down any soul who stood in the way of helping those in need.
That was a lie.
Tell that to the poor band of drug dealers who wound up shot in their...
Those guys had it coming, and I'd thank you to stop spreading lies about me. I'm a lady.
Yes, ma'am.
If you think I'm gonna help you when she murders you, Damon, you're wrong.
Thank you, Nico.
As if she'd miss me too much.
Riona gives him a stern look, but she cracks when he wraps an arm around her shoulders, messing up her hair with his other hand.
Don't push it.
Damon winks as Riona pushes him away, smoothing down her hair to its usual prim place.
My visits here were pretty brutal. There was only so much we could do to help.
District 8 was part of Kamiri territory at the time. A lot of fighting was going on. I never saw it in person, but from what Elisa told me, it was.
His breath comes out in a huff, his eyes glazing over at the memories.
Fucked up.
I heard it got better after we left, but I never got the chance to check on it personally.
Is every district like this?
Most are similar, yes.
What, too dirty for someone like you?
Oh, stop.
I didn't mean it like that. I just had no idea what to expect. I never imagined it would be this bad. Damon sighs and runs a hand over his face, and I don't think he had meant to direct his frustration at me.
I know, Yes, they're all the same. Besides their specializations. We're in District 4, which has a large entertainment sector. 5, the one we're heading towards, has its trade center. 3, the one It had some good bakeries, I guess. The list goes on.
You're from District 3?
I am. But we won't be stopping by for a reunion. Ain't a damn thing worth seeing there anyway.
His smile feels too forced, quickly fading from his lips as he mumbles.
Well, the cookies were good, but I can make better.
Riona and I exchange a look. I see a small smile pull at the corner of her mouth.
Oh, good. We'll hold you to that when we get back to the ship.
They share a smile, and the three of us fall into a comfortable silence. Since when can Damon bake? How did things get so bad around here? Damon and Riona share a grim look, one that I'm clearly missing out on.
The council never cared much for what they deemed unimportant. Unfortunately, that included the people.
Yeah, like anything on the outer ring. The further you get from Goldus, the less they give a damn. The Council of Iron is theoretically in charge of Cursa. They abused their power for years, until they ended up joining with Chimeri. Now Zovek has them in the palm of his hand.
I had no idea things were so bad. I thought... What did I think? That my family cared about their people? The more I learn, the more it feels as if Nerissa had been the only one to care about anything. And that thought makes me sick to my stomach.
Don't beat yourself over it, Nico. I know you don't need to hear this, but it's not your fault.
Nobody blames you around here. Heck, I don't think most of them even know you exist.
Jeez. Thanks.
All I'm saying is we've had enough trouble with the Bagasse, and I don't think shit will be any different with Zovak in power.
His face darkens, twinned to the stormy sky above us.
I hope our plan works. Cursa will be better off taking care of itself.
What plan?
What? Nothing.
Don't tell me Elise is trying to...
Let's just get this job done.
Damon interrupts, giving Riona a hard look. She rolls her eyes, but says no more. We continue on, the cold winds slowly chilling us down to the bone. People of varying species beg on street corners, and unsavory sounds echo from the shadows of the many sinister-looking alleys. Overhead, the skies darken, and the rain starts up once again, soaking through the fabric of our clothes and forcing me to wrap my arms around myself and shiver. Nearby, a child sits on an empty crate, his eyes wide and his hands outstretched as we pass by. I hesitate for a moment, falling behind. I rummage in my pockets, but come up short, giving the boy an apologetic look. The clinking of metal hits my ear as Riona steps up beside me, producing a few coins and dropping them into the boy's hands with a kind smile. With a grin growing from ear to ear, the boy scurries off and disappears amongst the crowd of people. I turn to Riona, whose face is set grimly. That was nice of you.
I wish I could do more. But at least he'll eat tonight. And unfortunately, we can't help them all.
Keep up, will you?
Damon snaps at the two of us, and we quicken our pace.
These streets aren't safe. Stop acting like they are.
All I see are starving children and people just trying to make ends meet.
I've been one of them. Don't be fooled by that.
I know. You're right.
It sucks to see things like that, but there's nothing we can do. You should never trust a stranger, particularly around here. Everyone is out for themselves. You never know what could happen.
It was only a few coins. He looked starved.
Everyone here starves, and it sucks. But he's not special. Now I need to worry about beggars mobbing us. I get the urge to help, but this is not the way to do it. Just stay close. We're almost there.
I make a face at his back, but that doesn't stop me from casting a few wary glances around us. When I see no one there, a small wave of relief washes over me. We walk in silence for a good, long while, but I'm happy for it. This place has put all of us on edge, and we can't afford to be distracted from our mission. I assume we're quite close to our destination. The streets have slowly become narrower, quieter, and more fitting of a secret rendezvous. Damon walks ahead as I step closer to Riona, who slows down to match her steps with mine. She looks glowing. Even beneath the darkened sky overhead, her luminescent skin is bright. It suddenly occurs to me how comfortable Riona seems around Damon. I'd never expected the two of them to be friends like they are. Noticing my stare, she giggles, waving a hand in front of my face.
What are you staring at?
You and Damon seem like good friends. I didn't expect that. She clasps her hands behind her back, quirking her head at me.
Why not?
I don't know, you're just so different. You care about people, and Damon doesn't seem to care about anyone or anything at all. Riona thinks for a moment, her pace slowing to put distance between ourselves and the assassin ahead of us.
I wouldn't say that's true. He cares about people. He just shows it in different ways. And as for our friendship...
She glances ahead, her bright eyes trailing her friend.
Damon has always been honest with me, as I have with him. Even if it's not always easy to hear the truth, I enjoy being able to rely on him for it.
You trust him?
With my life.
We're here. Just up ahead.